Hey everyone. So you're chasing that dream job, right? And then you hit it, that one huge hurdle, the group discussion. But what do you do when you get in there and your mind just goes blank? Well, today we're going to break down the exact strategy to absolutely nail that GD even when you're convinced you've got nothing to say.
I will never forget my first big group discussion. It was for one of the big four companies. The topic gets announced and bam, the room just explodes into chaos. And me? I was just sitting there, totally frozen. Points are flying left and right, people are jumping in, and I literally went numb. I had this sinking feeling like, if I don't say something right now, it's over. It was a total do-or-die situation.
So that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? How do you win when you're speechless? What's the game plan when the topic is something you've never even heard of and you can feel the pressure mounting? How do you flip that panic into a performance that actually gets you noticed? All right, let's dive in and figure this out.
Okay, first things first, let's get real about why this matters so much. You can have the most amazing resume, skills for days, but if you don't clear the group discussion, you don't get the interview, period. It's the gatekeeper. It's that first big wall you have to climb over.
So how do we actually get through this gauntlet? Well, it all starts on the inside. It's all about your mindset, what I call the inner game. See, before you even worry about what you're going to say, you've got to get your head in the right space.
All right, rule number one, and I mean if you remember nothing else, remember this: stay calm. I don't care if the room turns into a total circus. Your one job is to just focus on the next 15-20 minutes. That's it. In that room, being calm is literally your superpower.
You know what happens when we panic? Our brain does this weird thing where it just latches onto one word. So say the topic is the role of technology in education. If you're stressed, you might only hear technology and start talking about, I don't know, AI and smartphones. But you've completely missed the most important part, education. You have to listen to the whole phrase to get what the discussion is actually about.
And this brings us to what the recruiters are really looking for. Here's the secret. They're not just testing how much you know. They're watching how you communicate. Can you explain your point of view clearly? And maybe even more importantly, can you understand someone else's? They're looking at your professionalism, your body language, everything. It's all a test of one thing. Can you work well with a team? This is a huge clue, folks. It's not about winning an argument.
Okay, so we've got the mindset down. Now let's get into the nitty-gritty strategy. How do you actually make your move and stand out? You know, in a good way.
Think of it like this. There are two power plays in any GD. You can be the starter or the concluder. Now, if you're the starter, you get to set the whole tone. But, huge warning here, only jump in first if you've got something really solid to say. Because trust me, starting with a weak point is way worse than not starting at all. Then there's the concluder. This is a great role, but to pull it off, you have to sum up the whole discussion. And that means you had to be paying super close attention to what everyone else said.
Which leads us perfectly into the art of active listening. And believe me, recruiters are trained to spot this a mile away. It's not just about waiting for a gap so you can talk. It's the small things. Nod when someone's making a point. It shows you're actually listening. If you and someone else start talking at the same time, just give a little nod and let them go first. It looks incredibly professional. And hey, even saying something like, "That's a great point. You actually covered what I was about to say," is a really strong move.
So yeah, active listening is your secret weapon, especially when you feel like you're drowning. Which brings us to the main event, the moment we all dread. The topic is announced and nothing. You know absolutely zero about it. What do? Don't panic. Here is your step-by-step game plan.
Ugh, that feeling, right? Your heart just drops. The blank stare. We have all been there. Your mind is just static. Pure, ice-cold panic. But listen to me. This is not the end. It's actually a huge opportunity if you play it right.
Okay, here's your 3-step recovery plan. It's super simple. Step 1, and this is non-negotiable. Do not speak first. Just don't. It'll be a train wreck. Step 2, just listen. Let 2 or 3 other people talk. Your job is to figure out, okay, what are they talking about? Where is this going? And then step 3, once you've got the vibe, you find your opening.
So what does an opening even look like in this situation? You've got 3 amazing entry points. First, you could use a quote that's kind of related. Second, you can share a fact that you know. It doesn't have to be perfectly on topic, just in the same ballpark. Or third, and this one is often gold, tell a quick personal story or experience that touches on the theme.
Any of these three can get you into the conversation looking confident and prepared.
All right, if you want to get really strategic, you need to know that not all GD topics are the same. They usually fall into one of 4 different arenas, and each arena has slightly different rules of engagement.
Think of this as your cheat sheet. You've got your general topics, like offline versus online teaching. Here, you just need to show both sides, the pros and the cons. Then you have controversial topics, like, is technology making us isolated? The challenge here is to disagree without starting a fight. Then there are abstract topics, like IQ versus EQ. These are all about showing you can think deeply and structure your thoughts. And finally, situational topics, where they give you a specific scenario, like, is remote work effective for this company? Knowing which arena you're playing in is a total game changer.
And speaking of those controversial topics, this piece of advice is pure gold. Listen up. The second a discussion turns into a debate, everybody in the room loses. You have to avoid getting aggressive. If you disagree with someone, be cool about it. Just say something simple like, I see your point, but I have a different take on that. It's polite, it's professional, and it keeps the conversation moving.
Which brings us to the big one. The final, and honestly, the most important idea we're going to talk about today. This is about completely changing the way you think about what a group discussion even is.
So here it is, the big takeaway. A group discussion is not a fight. It's not a debate where you have to prove you're the smartest person in the room. It is a test of your ability to work with other people, to listen to their ideas, and to build something together. It's a team sport, not a solo battle. The moment you really truly get that, everything changes.
So let's put it all to the test. I'm going to leave you with a challenge. Here's your topic. Should the government regulate what can be said on the internet? You've got 60 seconds. What's your first move? Are you going to jump in and start? Or are you going to listen first? Maybe get a quote ready? There's no one right answer. Just remember the main thing. Play it like a team sport. Thanks for tuning in.